Hi, I'm Kim Gomery. I am at store 1296 in Lapeer, Michigan. I'm a designer here at Lapeer Alta. And today I'm going to be doing Tristan's hair. She's got a lot of new growth. And the ends are pretty blonde. They're already a level 10, so I don't need to touch them like at all. So what I am gonna be doing though is, since there's so much grow out, I'm gonna do a ton of baby lights. And I mean, her whole head, I'm just gonna do baby lights. I'm gonna do 5 sections. I'm gonna have this top section here as the 5th, and her part's gonna be in the middle of it. Her natural is at about a level 6. It's like a dark blonde. So I'm gonna use Flash Lift. I really want maximum lift. What's great about that Flash Lift is that it has 8 levels of lift on it. We don't need any heat, so we're gonna really protect the hair. And when I do the highlights, like I said, I'm really only gonna paint down until this blonde. I'm not even gonna touch it. I don't need to like anywhere. So that's what we're gonna do and we're gonna get started. I'm also gonna use the pH bender in it. That's gonna help protect the hair. I use that in all of my colors and lighteners. And we're gonna put the step 1 into the Flash Lift. All right, so we're gonna start. Okay, so we are ready. Got her all sectioned off. I'm gonna start on the sides, then move to the top, and then I'm gonna go to the back. I'm gonna start on the sides, and what I'm gonna do is I want her hairline to really pop. So the first 3 or 4 foils, I am going to do a slice, and then I'll do a weave, and then I'll do a slice. Really just because I want it to pop out right around her face, like it naturally would in the sun, from the sun. And then I'm gonna do diagonal back sections. So I'm gonna start out doing almost vertical, and then I'm gonna go diagonal back until I am at like a horizontal section. I just think it looks natural. I think it looks blended. I think it looks really nice. Another thing I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna do the baby lights, but every 3 or 4 foils, I'm going to add a low light in. And I'm only gonna come about halfway down. So I really just want to blend in her root. She wants it to be a little less maintenance. She doesn't want it to be so high maintenance. So we're gonna add some low lights in as well. And I'm gonna use a 6N in the Shades EQ Gloss. The great thing about Shades EQ Gloss is that there's no ammonia. It's got an acidic pH, and you get like 100% more shine. So that's gonna be nice. All right, and we're gonna get started. Is that I always keep like a damp towel at my station. It really just helps keep my brush clean, and I feel like we need to be as clean as possible when we're painting. I'm not just gonna be like balayage. I'm doing like more of a foliage effect. I need foils. I want the maximum lift, and I feel like when you do freehand and you don't use foils, you're gonna get more of a warm tone, and we don't want the warm tones. So. Another thing about the lightener, the Flash Lift, is I mixed it a 1:2 ratio because I'm using foils. If I wanted to do open air and a balayage, then I would have done a 1:1 ratio. That way it would have been a little bit more thicker. But since I'm using foils, I did a 1:2 ratio. Okay, and because I want to get her hair, the baby lights as close to the scalp. I don't want it on the scalp, but I want it close. I'm gonna over direct the hair, then lay my foil down, and then bring it back. And I found that gets the lightener as close to the scalp as possible. Go to the middle, top section, and we're gonna start at the hairline. So I'm gonna go all around the hairline and do the slice, weave, slice until I have about like 4 foils back maybe, and then I'm still gonna foil from the front to the back until I get about almost halfway. I find that if you start from the front and go backwards, go towards the back, you'll actually get a blonder effect. And if you start from the back and work forwards, you're gonna get more dimension. In the back is where I like to see more dimension anyway, so I'm gonna start in the front. Now I'm gonna do the back, and we're gonna do baby lights. I'm gonna start all the way from the bottom and go to the top. I really want there to be dimension on the bottom. If she wants to wear her hair up in a ponytail, I want you to see that there's highlights and it looks pretty. And since I'm right-handed, I'm gonna start on the left side. It just makes foiling a little bit easier. That way I won't have foils right here that I'm bumping into, so. All right, we're all finished. She's all foiled up. The sides and the top are probably gonna be done before the back, so I will be taking these out and rinsing them, and I can rinse them while these are still processing. That won't affect it, so. Okay, so I have all her foils out. I've rinsed just with water. So now we're gonna do the number 2 part of the pH bonder, and that is gonna be our pre-wash. So I measured out 60 grams of the step 2, and it really just goes on from her roots all the way to her ends. Okay, so I've rinsed the pH out and I washed her. I used the Color Extend Blendage. It's the purple shampoo from Redken. It's really great. I kind of use it as a pre-tone before I tone. It just helps eliminate any brass. So now we're gonna go ahead and we are going to do her color melt. So we're gonna start with the 6N in the shades EQ. And we're gonna go not too far down, but just a little bit. And I took the highlights all the way to the scalp because when I put the shades, that 6N over top, it's gonna really add some dimension. I'm gonna leave the hairline out where I wanted to see that pop. I'm not gonna put the 6N over that. And then I'm just gonna bring it down. And I also did this, I towel dried her hair. So that way it's not gonna dilute the color. Okay, so when I get the bottom, I'm just gonna put the shades EQ right on the brush. And it just is a little bit easier and less messier when I do it like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna do her ends. I'm gonna do a 9N plus a little bit of clear, and I'm just gonna get all her ends. And at the very last, I'll do the back, the sides, and then I'll do around the base.
I've already done it all, so I don't really know what to do with it.
All right, and we're gonna let this process for 10 minutes. Okay, so I rinsed her out. I used the Redken Color Extend Blendage, and I conditioned with the Redken All Soft. I really just wanted some conditioning, something very conditioning in her ends, so that's why I chose that conditioner. Okay, and before I blow dry her hair, I'm gonna use the Redken One United. It has 25 benefits. One thing that it does, it's like a leave-in conditioner, so it coats the hair and it acts as a heat protector, so it's gonna protect the hair from the heat of the blow dryer and the curling iron I'm gonna use later. Like the way you said that.
And the curling iron, I'm gonna see later.
All right, I'm also putting in the Living Proof Frizz Nourishing Cream. I like it because her hair's a little bit finer, so it just works with the texture of her hair, and that's just gonna help fight frizz. There's no silicone in Living Proof, which is great. And that's all I'm gonna use. I feel like you really only need a couple products to use in their hair, and you don't want to overwhelm the guests, so I only use a few before I go to the hairspray. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to get those quick beachy curls. I use the Paul Mitchell Pro Tools, the Express Ion Unclipped. This is like a 3-in-1 though, but right now I have the 1 1/4 inch cone, and this is the one I really like to use. And just wrap it around. You can leave the ends out. I kind of hold it for a second to set the curl and then let it go. And generally, I will alternate the curl pattern. Done with one section, I'm gonna spray with a Living Proof Flex hairspray. This gives it a nice hold, but not too strong, because at the very end, I'm gonna brush all these curls out. Okay, this is the finished look.